who stumbled upon this reading and feels that it's right for them. The intention I set for this reading is for your guides to bring to your awareness what cord would best serve you to cut next. I want to start this message by allowing you a moment to look at the card and do a gut check that you're in the right reading, because the message being shown to me here is a heavy one, and I want to be sure it's meant for you and that you're ready to hear it. So take a deep breath and stare at this card. Notice where you are feeling any tension in your body. Focus now on that tension. Feel it. Is it hot or cold, tingly or still? Is it a clenching or a pulsing tightness? When you focus on that feeling, please ask yourself the question, is this message meant for me to hear tonight? Is this message meant for me to hear tonight? Did the feeling in your body change? If it stays the same, this message is not meant for you. If it temporarily increased and then eased, this message is meant for you, but you might not be ready to hear it right now. If the tension eased or moved to a different part of your body, especially if it moved to your chest, throat, or your hips, pelvis area, then this message is meant for you and you're ready to hear it tonight. I'll give those who would like to leave a moment to click away. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in my next reading. I'm going to go ahead and bring in this light to get a closer look. If this light is too bright for you, you can close your eyes, and I'll let you know when I'm done. You can open your eyes. There. Now I can see the cord better. For most of you, this reading is about a specific person who you are ready to cut cords with. For a few of you, it will be about a pattern of a type of person that you allow to keep coming into your life, and you're ready to cut the cords with this pattern. I'm going to be very direct with this message because it's how I am with my in-person friendships, and it's how I prefer to receive messages like this. Why are you still letting this man or men like this mess with your peace? If this person is not a man, then it would be a woman who lives primarily from a place of a domineering type of masculine energy, not a healthy masculine energy. For the rest of this reading, I will refer to this person as a he because of the overwhelmingly masculine nature of the energy that I'm seeing. The King of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Wands in reverse are showing me the type of person this man is in the dynamic of your relationship. The King of Swords in reverse warns against the misuse of power and authority, but I think in your situation it is a warning against allowing this man to continue to misuse his power and authority over you. There is a clear imbalance of power here that he is using to his advantage. Likely he's older than you, though not necessarily. The Knight of Wands in reverse beside it shows me that this is definitely a romantic relationship, though I would guess for some of you that this is the type of guy that has never called what you have a relationship, and the dynamic is likely physically intimate currently or in the past. In fact, I would not be surprised if you find him to be exceptionally physically attractive, which adds to the difficulty of cutting the cord here. This would be a type of relationship where he is only affectionate when under the influence, when he can sense you're pulling away, or when trying to show you off for others' benefit, or he's cold towards you when he on others. It's a type of hiding you or being ashamed of you, and he's overly affectionate when you're alone. He would be someone who's very different when he's alone with you than when he's around his friends. And then another version of him would come out around his family, and then another one around his coworkers. He has a mask for every occasion, but he saves the worst one for you. Notice I did not include your friends or your family because I would guess that you either have a tricky family background and have only a few close friends, or he has already put in the work to isolate you from healthy and supportive relationships in your life. Let's take a pause and blow these symbolic cords away. Oh God. This would be a man whose attention and affection are heightened, especially when he has made a mistake that threatens to end your relationship. And he uses kindness and adoration as tactics to keep you ensnared. When you are with him, you might even find yourself sinking to his level and being tempted to manipulate others in order to exert control over those around you, because it's hard to live from an open-hearted place when a person like this is around you. I feel like there's an important disclaimer that I need to add here. I will Google some resources and be sure to include them in the description box, but I'm not an expert about the topic of domestic abuse by any means. And so I'm only here as a friend to tell it like it is from what I'm seeing here in the cards, but I'm not a professional. It's not my background, so I'm out of my element to be assistance further if that's your situation. So please be safe and talk to an expert or a trusted person if you're needing help. Okay, back to the reading. So what I'm seeing here is that this relationship is stuck in a constant push and pull cycle. You may have broken up and gotten back together multiple times. He'd be the type of guy to text you when he finds out you're with someone new, when you might have gotten nothing but crickets from him for months before that. It's not so much as he's addicted to you as he is addicted to the power that he has over you. For only a rare few of you, like a handful out of 100, you're keeping yourself planted in your masculine energy from a place of desperation for power, and you're actually the one running the push and pull dynamic directly. This could be due to childhood trauma, borderline personality disorder traits, and or some sort of attachment trauma, but it is far more likely that you are perpetuating this cycle by allowing someone else to push and pull you. I drew an oracle card for confirmation or for additional messages, and you got Moonlight. Pause for a moment. Someone or something is not unveiling their entirety, which is a true characterization of how you feel about this person. He puts you on edge, and when you put in the effort to pause your thoughts and fears, you quiet that inner chatter. You know that he's not showing you his true self. For some of you, the chatter is difficult to quiet, but you might notice in the next couple of days that you have this habit where your body naturally turns away from him whenever you're standing or sitting beside him. Or you might find yourself tensing up before he talks as if your subconscious is bracing you for his lies. I'm seeing this in the Nine of Swords in reverse. The constant mind games and anxiety is definitely there, but the reverse is telling me that you're finally able to see it and that you're in a position to think before you act. There's a distressed mind here that is concerned about being alone. Are you telling yourself things that are fundamentally untrue, like you can't go on without him? When you listen closely, are these thoughts your own, or does it sound like his voice that you've internalized? Is he your soulmate, or is he a lesson? If you've stuck along to this point in the reading, then you know the answer. Your guides brought you here to tell you that you're ready to learn the lesson and allow yourself a better outcome. And if you look back at the king, I feel like there's a hint here that there are deeper chords that will come to the surface to be cut after this one. ones from your childhood around male authority figures, so keep that in mind as you work on this. This Knight of Wands in reverse begs the additional question, are you attracted to him or are you addicted to the chaos? Are you attracted to him or are you addicted to the chaos? The chaotic nature of this relationship is emphasized through the appearance of the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. There are two reasons why this card is here. The first is to represent the push-pull, up and down dynamic of the relationship, like you're on a roller coaster ride that you couldn't get off because you're addicted to the rush. The second is to show me how much you've grown, because you've gotten to this point where you're ready to take ownership of how your actions have created a repetitive situation, and you are now ready to break free from the cycle. For some, this may flow naturally following a period of introspection and self-discovery. For others, things may need to hit rock bottom before you're ready to see what is no longer serving you. And you might not be ready to cut the cords right now, and that's okay. You're allowed to do things in your own time, and the right time is when you are ready. If, for example, you're feeling this panic rise up in you now of being afraid of being alone, let it. Don't run from it. Don't hide. It's okay and normal to not want to be alone and to want to be in love. It's human nature. Sit with this discomfort with me. Look, you're okay. And now you know you're strong enough to sit with this discomfort. This person and situation has befuddled your mind and emotions for so long that you will need to use tools in your physical reality to combat the habitual thought patterns you've developed. You will need to be like the Page of Pentacles, a student in the material realm. Allow yourself the mistakes along the way that we make allowance for students to make, but always keep your feet planted in the material world. A journal will be a great aid to you, anything to get you out of the fantasy in your mind and into the physical reality in front of you. A tool that could help you would be write a list of the things of why you don't work together in order to keep yourself from daydreaming yourself back with him. Look at the list and ask yourself, can this man really live up to everything in your head and in your heart? Stay focused on the practical and tangible elements of the situation, keeping your feet planted on the ground and not getting carried away. Always looking for the next realistic and achievable step forward. Your common sense and a pragmatic approach will lead you to a solution that works for you. This is an additional message that my guides want me to share with you if I feel comfortable to do so. Okay, let me see. Yes, I'm fine with sharing this, so. You don't have to fix someone or their problems to deserve their love. You don't have to do anything to deserve love. That's how you will find the unconditional love that you're seeking. By realizing that you can only have it, unconditional love, if you stop requiring things from yourself to deserve it. I didn't really understand this in my heart for myself until I met my soulmate, because it's like trying to describe the taste of ice cream when all you've ever had before is froyo. You can get the sense of it, but without experiencing it, you can't understand the difference. Anyways, despite not fully getting it at the time, I was still able to get myself into a place where I met my partner by refusing to date anyone that needed me to fix their problems or for me to be their problem to fix. I stopped allowing any games by asking myself questions like, do I want to feel like this 5 years from now? Can I trust this person to put in the effort to communicate about the hard shit in a respectful manner? Do I want this person or just a person? I'm going to reveal something about myself. I'm a natural romantic and easily swept away by fantasy. So it was a lot of work and I made many mistakes along the way for sure. But a grounding in questions like these reminded me to focus on myself and on what I wanted the long-term outcome to be. You deserve to be the center of a man's world who appreciates what he's got and is focused on keeping you planted right in the center of his world. Now, I have message for you that we will pick together tonight. Focus with me now on the question, what will removing these cords open up to flow into my life? Please pick a card with your eyes, and anytime my light crosses the card you were looking at, I'd like you to go ahead and move your eye to another card until the rightness of feeling becomes overwhelming and we flip your card together. Are you ready? This is the one. Let me get you a closer look of the card. We pulled the card, True Love. True love. If you cut this cord, you will be allowing into your life the possibility of true love. Wow, I cannot believe I drew this card. It's one of those moments where I just go, tarot is so amazingly cool. Because isn't this just the perfect message to wrap up the reading tonight? That if you are brave enough to cut this cord and believe in yourself, that and believe and trust to and love again, that you will find true love. But that's what is on the other side